What do I do in OBS then?
All you have to do is just open OBS in admin mode. That's all.
I did.
That's it. And and in sound recording devices, your line in properties. Just make sure it says allow applications to take exclusive control, and then tick the give exclusive mode applications priority. Maybe that'll
Oh wait,
let
wait.
it do it.
I'm sorry, Sud. I'm sorry. You got to give me a second. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm like
Sorry.
I'm juggling like six things. Okay, now do what now? Like do what did you say? So now I'm OBS is started in the administrative
Whoa,
mode. Now
whoa,
what?
whoa, 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 whoa. Shh.
You
There we
go
go.
to your recording devices to your line in.
Are you talking about in OBS?
No. In Windows.
Oh, okay. So in OBS, what do I do? I'm sorry. I mean, okay, I go to recording devices. Then what?
Your line in properties,
Yeah.
and then advanced, and then allow applications to take exclusive control of this device,
Yeah.
and then give exclusive mode applications priority. So it should give OBS priority over the device.
Okay.
You may have to do that before you start up OBS, and then
Check one,
and,
two, three, four.
and then restart Chrome as well. So it has no. I know it sucks, but hopefully we can get this working.
Let's see. Check one, two. Can you guys hear? Oh, fucking goddamn it! I'll put my fist through this computer screen. All right. So I have to do that, and then you want me to restart Chrome? Is that right?
Close Chrome completely and OBS, and then
Of
just
course, that
start
means
up
I have to close the
OBS.
chat as well. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, I know everything. I know it sucks.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna have to do it.
All right. So that's closed. Now, once that's done, now I can reopen Chrome theoretically.
Yeah.
Okay. Check, check, check. One, two. Check one, two. Check one, two.
Hmm.
Yeah, because otherwise it means that Roll20 might not be viable. I can't. I absolutely cannot stream like that. So, I really hope that that's not going to be a problem for them long term. Nope, there it goes again. It's doing the same goddamn thing. I need to adjust some registry setting. I need to fix some registry setting that will stop Roll20 from seizing control of my volume. I have no idea why it's doing that. Also, it insists on putting the master music volume level at 100, but then when I drop it all the way down to 0, it doesn't make any difference, and I'm just watching as the line in is gradually going up, is getting pinned to 100.
The only other thing you can do is allow it to pin to 100 and then just adjust on your mixer to compensate.
Is do what? No, I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not going to do that. That's gonna be impossible to have to remember to adjust every time I stream. I'm not doing that for one shitty app. Ugh. Absolute pain in the ass.
I don't know. Ugh.
I have no idea what chat is doing right now because I don't have anything linked into it. I don't know why that's not showing me what it needs to show me. Hey, look at the music volume level being at 100.
Fancy that.
Unbelievable.
Good old consistency.
Now it won't even show any of my video. Oh, there we go.
Yep, there's the echo.
There it is. And get ready for it. There it goes. Hey, let's rise our levels up to 100 for no reason. Awesome. Really awesome. Let's make this a miserable experience because that's really what will help out Arv a lot.
warmly French kissing my mic. It's pretty much what you have to do with this thing. You have, if you're afraid of getting intimate with phallic microphones in your face, you're gonna have a bad time with this microphone. Gonna have to cuddle.
Trying to understand, is it changing the microphone volume or the Windows, so the OBS volume?
It's changing the Windows volume.
It's auto adjusting the Windows recording volume. You mean under the levels tab, going to 100 or something?
Yep. By the way, if chat is saying anything to me, I can't see anything at all at the moment. I have the windows closed because I had to reset this, so I apologize if anyone's trying to get a hold of me.
Rogan wants to know if you've tried Rolly Stream.
What?
I don't know. I have no idea what that is. It's like, oh, here, I'll link it in Skype. Or not link it. I will copy and paste the word. That. Early Steam. Ah, damn it.
The Moto X was supposed
Virtual
to be the
too,
phone
huh?
that made Motorola hot again. To get back to those days when it seemed like everyone had
Is
a
that
StarTAC or
is there
a
some?
Razr.
Are you guys getting some commercial?
But the Moto X had mid-range
No.
specs that just couldn't compete with bigger, faster phones. So it never
Commercial
really took
where?
off. With the
Must
new
be one of
Moto
these
X,
pages that I opened up,
Motorola
one of those
fixes
auto
almost
play
everything wrong with
videos.
the original.
Yeah, thanks. Stupid effing goddamn stupid crap. Really, really pissed off. So I don't know what.
Do you have like Realtek drivers or something, like a
Yeah, I
Realtek
do.
audio? Is there any kind of audio panel for them? Because it could be in that.
God damn it. Yeah, I checked that already, actually. Stop auto adjusting forever. Never touch my volume ever, ever, ever.
So, kids, if you think about getting into casting, you're going to learn to hate audio.
Yep,
I can guarantee it.
yep,
Oh yeah.
yep. Wait a minute. Oh my god. No, you know what it's doing? The flippin' middle mouse button is adjusting the line in up and down. The hell is that? But what? But that doesn't even make... Why? What? Although it actually... Not even... And it also is adjusting anyway on top of it, so...
Oh, damn it. I was hoping that was the entire thing. It was like you had some sort of like off click and just kept scrolling yourself into frustration. Oh, that would have been amazing. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Carry on. Carry on.
Why in God's name would the middle mouse button be adjusting?
Well played, Wasabi.
This is all like, hey, is there a program that will allow me to control volume? How about I don't want to control my volume with that? How about ever?
Is
In
the
the
one
world.
in Skype also set to not automatically adjust?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep. No, I know. No, I'm not frustrated with you. I'm just incredibly angry at this situation.
I was just sent something to give you, Arv, and I don't know whether or not I should send it. I'm having an internal battle at the moment.
Is it something which I'm not going to appreciate at the moment?
Probably won't appreciate it very much at the moment, but later on you'll probably get a chuckle. It's a cool idea, but yeah. Not right for right now.
I don't even...
The only other thing I can say is what William said, is just have it at 100 and then tweak everything else, but that's going to take a while.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm absolutely not going to do that. I shall not do that.
I just leave. I've always had that at 100. I've never touched that setting at all. I just touch each other program, its volume settings.
I mean, well, your guys are not going to... I mean, in chat, do people... I mean, I think that's going to make the thing absolutely scream. Am I too loud? Actually,
What is your normal line-in set to?
it's 50. You know?
And then you adjust your mixer up higher than that?
No. Well, I mean, I adjust it. I don't know. It should always be at 50. That's the default for me.
But I think if they're hearing it louder, if you're louder to them, you're recording through OBS, aren't you? You've got it recorded.
No, well, I'm not. I'm streaming through it. I don't record through OBS, but
Oh, you don't use its recording option. You use something else. Do you?
no, it'd be too much strain on my processor to record at the same time.
So you just upload it from the VOD.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is the
So
sound
if it's
normal
fine
right
for
now?
them-
My volume is totally fine. The hell, really?
I've not
Yeah.
noticed an issue, dude.
Yeah, I haven't either. I
Really?
kind of don't understand what was.
Yeah,
I don't.
I thought you were recording.
No,
I
but
seriously thought you were
like what I'm
recording.
worried about is that I'm going to get over to. I mean, I don't understand.
What we are hearing right now should be exactly what ends up on the VOD there. I don't see any reason why there
Yeah.
would be a difference. Just the straight up how the servers work, that's not how they work at all. So they won't send something that's completely different.
Okay. Well,
Because I do understand the phenomenon sometimes of whenever you're like, hey, are the audio levels all right? And everyone's like, yeah, they sound great. And then you go and check, and it's like they didn't want to hurt your feelings. But Arv, my name's Nominatus.
okay.
I'm
You
a
think my
dick.
volumes are fine?
and I can hear you fine.
Okay, I'm going to sign out of Skype. And I put you back on Roll20. Okay. All right, well, we'll go with that. I'm just freaked out that I'm going to go to the video later on. It's going to be like, hello, everybody. You know, like, that's what where it's going to be.
So, chat, the layout looks sexy as hell, doesn't it?
What's up, Optic? Good to see you, man. You stuck to your Jeep to watch. All right, okay.
Oh, Oh, he left, so they can't hear me anymore.
No, it's not. What?
Arv left
End of
the call.
End of the stream? What is he talking about? It's not the end of the stream, Law.
All right, let's see. It's over there.
All right. Okay, let me recapture.
Just gonna kill
All
this guy.
right.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on. You're gonna hear me twice.
Too sexy for
There we
Twitch.
go. Okay.
Well, thank you. Yes, the layouts work. I'm getting it set right now. Now, in the middle of all of this, by the way,
Still don't have Foom
is Foom is still not here?
and
I have
John.
not seen him.
Oh my god.
So, yep.
Tremendous.
I
If
see
anything-
it out loud. Thanks. Now I'm going to have the connection.
I could probably turn that down if need be, if I could figure out how to do it. All right. Well, I
No,
will
he's
get
right,
everything
I am
adjusted
loud.
as far as names are concerned. Where is Tommy? I thought Tommy was. Where's Sirius? I thought Sirius was here.
He accepted the Skype call, so
He's around.
Yeah, let's see if we can get him on board. Okay. Wasabi. All right, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about the audio problems. I still don't know what. I don't understand, but anyway. It is what it is, right?
All right, Tommy's on his way.
Okay. And that just leaves us with Foom. Oh, no. And John. Where is John?
yeah, I'm surprised John isn't here. Usually he is.
Let me text him.
Thanks, Squall. You lovely jerk face, you.
This is for Wasabi because Wasabi loves my cat. Hey, kitty cat. Hey, cat. There you go. That's as far as you're gonna get, Wasabi. Can't get any closer.
Oh, he just asked me if we're on for today. I'm like, yeah.
We're waiting.
So I just said yes. All right, so
There
that
you
just
go,
leaves us
Wasabi.
everybody. He'll be on in a second. That just leaves us Foom.
Hey, kitty. What's happening? She's not in the mood.
Oh, wait a minute.
I will entertain the people. I know she's hungry. She wants food. Hold on. Let's solve it. All right. Let me get this ready.
Okay. There's me. Hey, what's up, Roix? Thank you, Jaga732. Man, if you're following me going through this nonsense, you can get ready for a lot more fun than that. We normally do things a lot better around here.
Isn't that for like a ringing promotion? It's just like, hey, you see me at my. At
Well,
my
right. He's just
event.
like, if you were willing to follow under these circumstances, let me tell you.
Use Lily as a distraction of quick.
Use Lily as a distraction.
Yes, quick. Now's your chance.
All right. Getting it.
She's eating. I'll take the food away.
Thank you for the follow, Relix. I appreciate it. Did you just take the food away
Just took the food away.
to delay it?
It's good that I can do it. And she won't attack me.
Oh my god.
She has no idea right
Thank
now.
you for the follow, Private Palmer.
Okay. Okay.
All right, hang on. I should have it here.
Position
right.
it correctly. There we go.
There we are.
There we go.
There it is. Okay.
There
Oh,
you go.
nice.
Now they're all distracted. Now we can get ready. Now we can.
Thank you for the follow, everybody. I appreciate it very much. All right. So
Nice
here we go.
series.
We're getting there. There's series.
We've got a pretty good view of like a drape or a carpet.
That's where you guys are going to stay the whole time.
Outstanding.
Hope you enjoy the view. Because I'm butt naked behind it. You sure you want me to open this curtain?
Do you want to see what's behind the curtain, chat? Oh, you lying sack.
Yeah, you wish I wasn't.
It's better than what happened earlier. I like got here like fresh out of the shower, and in the last possible second of I guess clairvoyance, I put on or clarity. I put on my shirt and then sat down and came into Roll20, and then I heard Arv talking to chat, and thank God.
All right. Let's move that down there.
Hold on. Multiple angles.
Oh my goodness. All right. So we've got those. Let's see. Now we're just waiting for. Let's see. Oh yes, and then I have to add for Lanix.
Why do you eat one outside of the bowl? Like she picks one up and drops it there. This is just cats, man. Cats.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's never gonna fit, is it? Maybe it will be.
Delicious, delicious food.
Okay. All right. Okay.
When you break your headset, it's just like no. Especially when you know what's happening, and just my favorite is when you drop it and the frame that holds the headset snaps, and you just
Wow, that'll be bad.
Are you live, Arv?
Yes, I am right now. As we speak. And let's see. All right, let me get the dice roller.
you want a close up. It's a close up. It's a close up. Gonna go really close. Really close. Probably too close.
Okay, too close, too close.
Close. Too close.
A little too close.
There we go. Watch her grab the last few.
Sit up till 9 a.m. playing Destiny. Yeah, my sleep schedule's broken right now. And on top of that, I was out hanging out with my cousin and her boyfriend last night. So
Okay.
That's a good
I'm
one.
quite tired.
I like it. You should keep rolling ones and fours. That's pretty good.
I'm getting them out of my system right now.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the worst thing is he's doing them right now whenever they like can't help us.
Okay, let me do a little... What? No! Unbelievable. Okay, dice roller.
This camera's angled
Dice
off. Maybe you like to see Lily in retro colors. Whoa! Whoa! Orange! And whoa! Negative! And where's the next? Come on, next one. There we go. Night vision, and then blue vision, and normal.
You're out of
Ryan,
control.
do you know how to shut off? Sorry, do you know how to shut off?
I'm not afraid of my name.
I know, but do you know how to shut off the snap feature? You know, like when a grid snaps to the side of OBS. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Grid snap.
Like,
no.
well, so if you're moving a window, it'll snap to the edge of the window if you get too close to it. Do you know what I'm? Do you see what I'm? Do you understand what I'm asking?
I didn't know that was a thing. I've not ran into that before, I guess. But generally speaking, if as long as you're like holding down whatever you're trying to move, if you use your arrow keys, it shouldn't do any of that. It should be just precision pixel movement. Takes a lot longer, but it's a lot more precise.
Hold control while dragging to disable the snap to the edges function.
Sorry, what?
Hold control while dragging to disable the snap to the edges function.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
That's what Google says.
Nice. That's an aspect of OBS I didn't even know existed.
That's actually really helpful. Thanks, Todd.
We're learning
right.
today.
Okay, all right, good. So we
That
got
is
everyone
done.
there. So we're just waiting for John to emerge, and then Foom, and we'll have to start without him because I imagine Foom will be asleep for the next 4 hours. So, we will.
Unless, can you get in touch by any chance? Or
Not if he's asleep, no.
That's true.
I
I was going to say,
I
could you
can
go-
call the phone if you want me to, but the phone is downstairs by the couch right now. He is upstairs in his bed. So, yeah, I don't know. I've never been able to get a hold of that man when calling his cell phone.
that is true. I think
And
anyone
I do believe they are no longer with a house phone. So,
Whoa, I am angled. There we go.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're just waiting for them, and then we will get started. John should be here. He texted me back and forth, so he should be here any moment. And Foom, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
let's have serious armpit hair fill in for Foom.
There you go. Oh man.
Would it be more or less weird if you didn't see any armpit hair?
I have no idea. That's one of those good old philosophy questions, I guess.
That's one of those things that cannot really ever be answered. And
That's like
True.
when people tell me they're like, I can see your underwear. I'm like, would it be worse if you didn't? Like, I don't know what you're trying to get at. Here.
exactly. What point are you trying to make?
Yeah. Man, it's so bright. I look like a ghost. I don't know how to fix this.
That's not the light.
It's reflecting off a tin roof.
It's like light off a hot tin.
You got a
roof.
little like tanning thing going on.
There we go.
What camera do you use?
Logitech C11, I think.
Oh, okay, you
It's
should have
really not that
software.
good.
You should have the software
That
in there for
software's
sliders and
crap.
stuff.
It's awful.
It's true. It isn't great. There's actually when I do that, I actually just end up lowering my blinds. That's my incredibly intelligent solution.
Well, that's actually... let me try it.
There we go.
I love how I'm sitting over here doing tech brain. I'm like, oh, well, let's see. I wonder if I could get the white balance and the gain. And
That's
you're
right.
like, how about I close the blinds? Oh,
All right, guys.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for our last people, to get started, let's introduce the people that we do have. First of all, I apologize for the tech issues early on, but it will not let us derail us. We are going to be with you for the next 3.5 hours or so. We play. Oh my God, what is going on with Samil? This new layout, by the way, comes to you courtesy of the great Sod, who you'll see there at the top left. So I'm going to start this time because I always go the other direction. I'll start on the top right with Solio Rain. They can introduce themselves, then I'll quickly sum up the adventure, and then hopefully by then John will be here and we'll get started, and Foom will join us if and when he ever wakes up. So we'll start over with Inam. Who are you? Who
Hey,
the hell
guys.
are you, sir?
I am Nominatus. I'm a full-time variety broadcaster here on Twitch. I'm playing Solio Rain. He's the human mage in the party. Fun times.
Solio Rain. Solio. All right. Right below him, and his name is in purple, so it fits. Right below him, currently positioning his armpit, is our friend Series Runner. Series, who the hell are you?
Why am I purple? Are you serious?
Yeah, our names are purple.
Everyone's purple.
Oh, okay.
Why, you don't want to be purple? You got something against
don't-
purple, do you?
Care, dude. What am I doing?
You're
Am I
telling us who the
introducing
heck you are. Who are
Oh,
you
okay.
on Twitch, and who are you playing?
Hey guys, I'm Serious Runner. I run through entire series of games like Mega Man, or I'm doing Dead Space right now, so I do the whole series. I do for the next week, and the next week, and the next week I'm gonna play Smash Brothers. So if you guys like Smash, if you're picking it up for 3DS, follow my channel.
Smash Runner.
It's gonna be awesome. Oh, I'm playing a human fighter, so like very simple hit stuff.
Yes. All right. Below him is Sir, not appearing in this picture. That's actually King Foom playing Fing, who will describe himself if and when he arrives. Over to the left is normally would be Optic, but Optic unfortunately had to work today, so that meant that we went to our alternate fill-in player, Silver Lanix. But Lanix just got back from the dentist and is in enormous pain. So instead, the most interesting man in the world is taking his position, and I don't know if I can even read exactly what it says. I think that picture is something like, "I don't always Photoshop well." Or I always don't do photographs well, but when I do, I prefer not using a webcam. Something like that. Anyway, Lanix will not be with us today. Now, above him is Cade Marmadas, John Helfers. John should be with us any second. He just told me he's going to be here now about 2 minutes from the last time that he told me, so he should be here any second. And then above him, Saad, the designer of this layout.
And the one who represents the southern hemisphere of planet Earth.
Wow, that's true. You do.
That's what I'm assuming. That seems to be what happens whenever I do anything related to
Yes.
any kind of grouping with multiple people from different countries.
Yes.
It's just like, hey, we need someone from the southern side.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah,
Indeed.
I'm playing Domdor Grumblehammer, the dwarf fighter, and I'm happy. I'm really happy. Our last session, actually, we did it. We did actually do something without killing anyone and filleting them and feeding them to a dragon. And yeah, and I hope you enjoy the layout. And I've also been mucking around with people's character sheets. And if you go to here, I put the link there. Yeah. I'll do some fancy copy pasting later. So I had one before, but I lost it. You can check out everyone's character sheets. They've also all been updated, except for Ginny's, because at Optics, he hasn't given me the access for it. But yeah, hope you enjoy the new character sheet. Look
God, Optic, what are you waiting on? Huh?
And
And then let's
yeah,
see.
hope you enjoy the new layout, new everything. I'm still working on it, as you can see, but it'll get there eventually. Just got to fix a few things.
And this is the group of all of the folks who are playing here, with the exception of this does not have Lanix in here.
Position to run.
But we're going to have to add that to the bot. Also, thank you, Lawkeeper. I'm glad to hear it. We have a trusted users function that we were testing on my bot, which is in the channel, so it's now working, which is awesome. Thank you, Law. I appreciate that very much, man. My name is Arvin Elleron. I'm the Dungeon Master of this wonderful crew. I apologize that we were supposed to be with you last Friday. I was not feeling well, so we couldn't do it, but I am feeling much better today. I was feeling a little irritated about 20 minutes ago with my flippin' audio, but apparently it'll do for now. Let me quickly summarize where we are in this adventure. This is Ghosts of Dragonspear Castle. We are in Chapter 2. In the first chapter, and by the way, for those of you who are new to the stream, this is 5th edition, but it is 5th edition using somewhat older rules, and the reason for that simply is that I actually bought this at last year's Gen Con in 2013, and sort of built up a campaign and set up these guys with that. When we are done with the 4 parts of this campaign, I now have the Player's Handbook and the Hoard of the Dragon Queen, which is the first official adventure from Wizards of the Coast, released officially for 5th edition. So I will be doing that with these guys next. But I do have an announcement about that. When we are done with the 4 chapters of this campaign, and in fact, the guys here don't even know this yet, except for Saad and I, there will be as soon as we finish with Ghosts of Dragonspear Castle, there will be a 1-session one-off which will describe how Infinity and Beyond met. This will be DM'd by Saad. It will be DM'd by Saad, not me, and I am going to be playing with the group. So we're going to have a one-off, 1-session with him DMing, and that will be a nice palate cleanser before we go into Hoard of the Dragon Queen, which may or may not have the same characters. No, you may not. So anyway,
simply opt out.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'm really pumped up about that. It was we came up with the idea when we were chatting on Friday, so I'm really pumped up about that. I am a variety caster on Twitch as well. I play a lot of different games, but focus on story and narrative based games. I've been doing a run of Ultima Underworld, but starting on Tuesday, I'm going to be playing Shadow of Mordor. I'm going to be all over that game. I'm going to be playing Legend of Grimrock 2. I'm trying to get those folks on my stream to chat about the development of the game. I'm going to be playing Fighting Fantasy Game Book as well. Pillars of Eternity towards the end of the year. I've been given The Witcher 3 when that comes out. I've been given Assassin's Creed 4 and Assassin's Creed Unity.
Jeez,
so we got a lot of games. Yeah,
Holy
man.
crap.
It's incredible. It really has been amazing. Oh, and one other sort of fanboy out moment. When I was in my last stream, the CEO of Tin Man Games that do the Fighting Fantasy Game Book conversions, we've interviewed them on my stream, Neil Renison, was actually on stream watching me play. And at one point I was having trouble finding this flute art that I needed for the game. So he thought that was so funny that he has actually added, I kid you not, to one of the game books, an entry in one of the shops you can buy Arvin's flute. So I have been immortalized in that book, and I am very pumped up about it. So anyway, if you like what you see in here, please make sure to follow. Now, the adventure as it stands. So we are in part 2 of this adventure, Ghosts of Dragonspear Castle. These people all met in a small town called Daggerford. I shouldn't say small, medium-sized, let's say, called Daggerford. And in the first adventure, which is called Fane of the Sun Swallower, they actually witnessed the hanging of a mage, one of the Red Wizards of Thay, this guy, Arvik Zaltos, who had broken into a noble's estate and had something stolen from that noble. Now, at the very beginning, these guys didn't know what it was. Turned out later on that it was an altar that had been stolen and then broken into. So something had been taken out of the center of the altar. Arvik Zaltos was responsible. He was hung. And just as he was being hung, the people arrived from out of town to inform the leader of the town, the Duke of the town, that a nearby hold had been attacked by a black dragon. So these stalwart gentlemen, being level 1, thought they could handle that. No, I'm just kidding. They were actually sent to investigate what happened. When they got there, they found that the keep had actually been, had avoided the attack by giving the dragon this altar made of coral, which the owner of the hold had possessed. The dragon had flown off with that, and in the meantime, the hold had also been repelling the attacks of diseased lizard men. So they went into the swamp to find out what was happening. They arrived at the home of a group of half-orc, half-dwarf, who we called dorks, led by Mama Booga. Mama Booga said that she had leverage over this black dragon, and Fing decided that he would be diplomatic with her. He critically failed and ended up headbutting her in the face, so they aggroed the entire camp, managed to kill them all off, and there was an egg there. Cade Marmadas, played by John, ended up touching the egg, and the egg hatched, and it turned out it was a black dragon wormling, which imprinted itself upon Cade. These gentlemen, deciding it was a bad idea to have a black dragon wormling hanging around with them, took the black dragon with them to go find this black dragon, whose name was Thos, by the way. They got into the center of the swamp. There were some encounters along the way. You can check out the videos if you wish on my YouTube channel if you like. I have them posted up there. Once they got to the temple in the middle of the swamp and explored it, they discovered that the reason that the lizardmen were diseased was because their queen, Vecna, had lost her mind and had thought that it was a good thing to be infected with this terrible disease. And so she thought it was part of the worship of this dragon. She ends up meeting a bad end, and Thos, who discovers them, Thos is living at the bottom of this temple, Thos discovers the party and would have killed them were it not for the intervention of the black dragon wormling, who, by the way, had been named Stampy. And so the party negotiated a deal whereby they would give Stampy the black dragon back to his father, and the father in return gave them the coral altar. But just as they were about to get what they wanted, one of the people that had accompanied them from the hold, a woman named Mention, basically knocked some of them out, and opened the altar and stole whatever was inside it. And when they got back to Daggerford, they discovered another Mention, presumably the real Mention. So the one they had been traveling with was disguised in some way. And that's where we stood as we began Adventure 2, which is the Cursed Crypts of Amberghoul. They were sent off to the Amberghoul estate on a lead, basically, that there was information about another one of these altars somewhere below the estate. So they were sent there by a leading paladin of the town of Daggerford called Sir Istival. So as we leave as we sort of pick up with our crew, they are currently below ground. And in fact, let me drag them over to that right now. Hold on a second. They are over here. Zip. And they just finished defeating a couple of robbers. One of them they actually let go. This guy who had fallen in with the wrong crowd. They decided, Fing decided he was going to help this pregnant peasant girl who wanted them to find her boyfriend. So they found her boyfriend and let him go. And that's basically where we left it, as they continue to search through the crypts for this altar that they seek. So that's where we're at. All right. There you go. Many sessions summarized in about 5 minutes. Okay. All right. So let's see. We're just waiting for John, who should be here, like, momentarily. I wonder if he's on Skype. Can you see if he's on Skype?
It says his Skype's online, and I tried to call him, but He is not responding or answering it.
Oh, Optic, it's all good, dude. No, we understand.
Yeah, Optic.
That's all right, Optic.
Don't worry.
Only one we're really upset with is Foom. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. It was my fault last time, so I can't really say anything. All right, well, let's get going here, and hopefully John will arrive by the time combat appears, and we will do the best we can. For the purposes of this adventure, we're going to have you guys working with 5 instead of 6. And Fing, I don't know what to say about who's going to run Fing. I guess I'll just have him do sort of basic stuff for right now.
He's going to be pretty drunk. And then he might try and light something on fire if we get in a fight.
Yeah.
That sounds like a sort of typical
If there's
thing.
any oil nearby, just get it away from him.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Or alternatively, get the enemies on top of it and just let nature take its course.
True. That is a good point.
Let's see. All right, well, I'm going to move...
I want to open the den door.
Yeah, so we got the high den door, as they pronounced it.
There we go. Okay. Let's see. And there we go. Wonderful.
So we let this guy go, and then we kick this guy in the butt and let him go too.
Oh,
And
yeah.
stole his money. I stole his money. Well, half his money.
That's correct. So I will remove them from the scene. Like so. All right, and now we have the 5 of you. Optic is off to the side, so we should be good to go. All right, so you guys right now are sitting in that room, and let me remember where it is that I had you guys placed. I think I know, but... yes, okay, here we go. So those 2 had left, and actually we had not had a chance. Also, let me remind you all that there was... you were also attacked by an invisible creature, you may remember, in this room.
The imp.
Yeah,
Yes.
the familiar.
An invisible imp or familiar or something of that kind. And you guys have not actually had a chance to explore the room, other than to know that there is a secret door to the south of this room. There's a secret door that you guys had discovered and opened. But you haven't looked at the gear yet in the room, and you haven't actually gone through the secret door as of yet.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
So I'm
I
assuming
now
this-
hand it over to you.
Yeah. We didn't have a look at there was some gear in the pile in the middle there. Yeah.
That is
Wasn't
correct. Yes, there is.
So I'll have a look through what's in there.
Okay. So first of all, there's a couple of bedrolls which you assume belong to Arasan, who was the guy that fell into the bad end, with bad people that you let go, and Baltron, as opposed to Voltron. The room contains, besides their bedrolls, there's a couple of backpacks, and the backpacks are stuffed with what looks like cabbages, carrots, potatoes, basic kind of foodstuffs. That looks like it's enough to sustain, probably could sustain all of you guys for a week. You already have your own rations, but if you wanted to have even more food,
Yeah, I'll totally take that.
they're certainly there. Okay, double load the backpack.
So that's pretty much a week of rations. I'll totally take that.
And then there's a couple of 5-foot wooden poles, and as you look at it, the 5-foot wooden poles actually seems to have like a screw on one end. It looks as if one could be screwed into the other if you wanted to do that.
So 2 5-foot poles.
Right, and it looks like one would screw into the other if you wished.
Well, just for say, I'll just screw them together and see what happens,
You now have a 10-foot pole.
and then I can unscrew it, obviously.
And on
Yeah,
either
just-
side of it, both poles are carved with a monogram. It says DD. The letters D and D. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, since we're on the subject of the other reason that you were here, you were also sent because one of the people that was hanging out with Arvik, the wizard that had been killed, was another red wizard of Thay called Darwa Dalian. And Darwa Dalian, this red wizard of Thay, was the person that the guy that you just let go was working for also. So you're also tracking down her trail in addition to the larger plot that I mentioned before.
I want to think that DD stands for Dom Door. Is that no?
Dom dash door.
Hey, can anyone hear me?
Hey, there you are.
That's
Hey, what's up, John? Give me a second while I just add you in.
Yep. No problem. I gotta finish my sandwich anyway, so you just take your time.
All right, let me just add John quickly, and then he can introduce himself quickly. And John, we just got started. They just started exploring the room where you guys had left off the last time.
My timing is perfect.
Yes, and in fact, Foom is not here yet, but whatever. We're going ahead anyway. And also, Optic was at work and could not come. I think we already knew that. Lanix would have substituted for him, but he just got back from the dentist and is in a lot of pain, so he's not able to do it. So we are working with 5.
I mean, that's terrible.
Okay, and there, ladies and gentlemen, is John. All right, John, just explain who you are quickly and your character, and then we'll keep going.
John Helfer's writer-editor for 20 years, which makes me feel old every time I say that. Worked on a lot of stuff, and notably trying to get a anthology duology going with Arv that's progressing at the snail's pace, but we're going to do it, darn it,
there.
from hell or high water.
Yep.
I am playing Cade Marmadas, our irrepressible halfling adventurer / rogue, not a thief.
Yes, not a thief, but a rogue.
And a very generous and giving individual, as we found out last session, too.
With your daggers, yes. That's true.
Pink Pearl.
All right, so that now includes everybody except for Fing, who will apparently wake up at some point in the future. All right, so I was just mentioning, John, that in this room, you just discovered, after the 2 guys left, searching the room, you found a couple of backpacks with food. You found 2 5-foot wooden poles that can be screwed together to form one 10-foot pole.
Which Domdor is holding, right?
Which Domdor is holding as we speak,
Domdor
yes.
the dwarf is holding a 10-foot pole. That's just kind of funny.
A 10-foot pole, which says DD. So I'm just saying, you know.
It was made for him.
Yes, that was Siri's made that point. I think it's a good one. 2 casks. You also find a couple of casks that seem to slosh when you kind of shake them around. You hear liquid inside.
Punch it.
Can we just? Is there like a cork on the end? We can just open them and.
Yes, there is actually. Yes, there is in fact a cork on the end. Yep.
So, I'll just pop one open and give it a sniff to see what I smell.
You smell a very strong smell of oil. Like lantern oil, possibly.
Okay.
And they're small. I mean, you know, they're sort of like they're not like barrels. You know, they're smaller.
Yeah, they're
casks,
like
right?
small.
Yep.
Yeah, like handheld.
Yep.
Yeah. So 2 of them. Is that correct? Is there anything else?
Yes, there is also a wooden horn. It's just a kind of shaped wooden horn, a curved wooden horn that you see. And there is a small black closed leather sack. And there is a small wooden chest. So there's a lot of stuff here. They obviously had meant to sort of set up camp and stay here. They were the sort of advanced guard.
So the chest is locked?
The chest is not locked, and the sack can be opened also.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just open the chest.
Okay, sounds good. Hi, DJ Lethality. I'm glad that I feel honored that I've been
You wouldn't be
elected.
trapped.
I've been elected to teach me the ways of D&D. We'll do what we can. Thank you for the follow, DJ. All right, so what are you opening first? The chest, you said?
The chest, yeah.
Okay. Yes, it blows up in your face. No, I'm just kidding. Inside the chest, you see 10 iron spikes. You see an iron mallet. And you see 2 colored potions. 2 potions of colored liquid, some kind of liquid.
Okay. Can I compare them to the potion of healing that I've got? And do they look the same? Or
They don't look the same. Nope.
Okay. So what color do these 2 potions look like?
So
the color.
As you look at it, it's kind of strange because as you look at it, it looks like there's almost a separation. I don't know if you guys ever did these. You ever do these sand things as a kid where you like layered sand on top of each other and
Yes.
it had like different colors? So that's kind of what this is like. It looks like there's brown, silver, and gray layers as you look at the side of it, and as you swish it around, like they don't move a lot. It looks like it's like oil on top of water or something. But there's definitely 3 distinctive layers that look a little bit like bands of stone, almost.
You know, I mean, so Salil, I hand them to Salil and see if he can. It has any knowledge of these potions, being the mage that he is.
To Salil.
Identify
Okay.
identify them.
All right, go ahead and make a. Let's see. You have magic lore. You have arcane lore, yeah.
Magic, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and make a check for me with that. So that would be, I think, your wisdom added, and then you add your lore check to it.
Wisdom, okay.
Your magic lore to it.
Don't
Yeah,
pick
yeah.
this up. We all stare at you as you roll your dice.
As you're like staring into the thing.
There we go.
Nice.
Aha.
I can't hit shit, but I know things.
Wow, yes you do. You are fairly certain, because you actually saw some people in your youth using examples of this. These are potions that are attuned they're basically attuned to the sides of various surfaces. So they are essentially used by thieves, rogues, people of the generous disposition, such as Cade, to be able to climb. They look like climbing potions to you.
Climbing potions.
Yes, you've
Potion
seen them
of
before.
climbing.
I would share this with the group.
We don't care.
All right.
Ugh.
Hey, I
Very
care.
strange.
Well, you never know. If you ever need to climb up that stupid wizard's tower, this might help.
If you can't get in the front door.
Well,
uh,
didn't he teleport us there last time?
All we have to do is get drunk and just pass out near the tower.
So this looks to you kind of like a chest of just sort of like it's sort of like the climber's beginner's
Yeah.
kit, right? Like, it's got a chest with 10 spikes, a mallet, and climbing potions. So
Very
it's like
strange.
Fisher Price,
I'll
my
pass
first
it to
climb.
Cade because
Yeah.
I think Cade might have some uses for it.
My first second story kit.
Cade,
Right, by Fisher Price, first climber. And then you've got the sack, is the black leather sack there.
have some climbing gear. I'll give it all to you. So I thought you may need it. You're very stealthy in this party, and I'm like still stealthy.
Surgical strike. You're gonna have your leap down on.
All right, I'll look in the
Amazing
sack as
prize.
well. What's in the sack?
In the sack, you see a number of metal, sort of sharpened metal objects that look a little bit like jacks, and you recognize these actually as caltrops. Very good to keep people from running after you quickly. They can cause some pain and suffering, and it looks like there's enough to cover at least probably a 5-foot area. Again, the sort of thing you would do if you were trying to set up camp and not have someone follow you that quickly.
Don't need anything like that. Salil, do you want some caltrops?
Can't really share, I guess. Have some caltrips.
I have an image of Soldil as he runs away from an enemy, just trailing them behind him
Yeah.
like Spy Hunter, the spy hunter car.
Yeah.
He's like, ah! You know?
And then the rest of us catching up with him, impale ourselves.
Like, yeah, leaping
Yeah.
over the caltrops. Yeah, that's...
How many
And so that's
caltrops
it?
are there, by the way?
That's hard to tell. Probably there's got to be a good like 50 of them. Maybe it's enough to cover. They're not large, but it's enough to cover about a 5-foot area. You would guess.
All right. Well, so Lil can keep those if he likes.
If not, I can
Sure.
hold on to them.
All right.
All right, so yeah, they have a lot of climbing gear. Strangely enough, for their job was just to guard this area, wasn't it? Or
That's what they said.
yeah, it's very odd. Why would they need climbing gear to guard an area?
Maybe they expect to be like climbing down something, not just up.
Yeah, maybe they weren't guarding this area specifically.
So that's what I'm thinking. Except then, why would they leave it here? Which doesn't make a lot of sense. So your
That
original
is true.
point still has a good, dose of merit to it. Okay. So, hey, you're off the. Oh my God!
Samil wants to just find this hidden door. Samil, you got to find the door first. You can't just.
My
go
God,
into
he's
the
off-
hidden
he's
door.
off the plot.
We know there's a hidden door there. but
You
we
guys-
don't
you
know
guys hear some-
where the
Guys?
hidden is.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Who did that? Really? Who did that?
Fell into Narnia over here.
I knew that wardrobe was there for a reason. Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
Wait, before
Find the door. The door
I have a
door.
question before we progress. How long are we going today?
So I can go for 3 hours basically. I can go until 8, maybe slightly after.
Perfect. Okay, that's perfect because I actually have something that's going to happen at 8 my time. I mean, 7 my time. So that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Just checking.
Okay.
We're all good. All right.
All right, so
Onward.
you're looking for a door. Now, you did actually find a door and were able to open that before we ended the last time.
Right, because
And-
what's his name pointed out to us.
That's correct. And down below, there's a passage below the door, which actually slopes down at about a 20-degree angle, roughly. And it apparently seems to come to a dead end after about 50 feet. So it's a 10-foot wide, 10-foot high granite hallway that slopes down, and it comes to this, what appears like a dead end.
Well,
Sweet.
that's obviously
Do
fake.
it.
So it's like that long, and it's a dead end.
Correct.
Okay.
How wide is the tunnel passageway? Whatever
It is about
Yeah.
10 foot wide. 10 foot wide, 10 foot high.
It's like a downhill. It's like a steps down, or like about a one level down.
Slopes down at a 20-degree angle, right up?
That is correct.
Okay.
Whoops, sorry.
So So we can kind of argue
definitely
that
going deep.
it's-
You know what? I need to get my character up and running first.
What's that?
What is that?
That was me writing Zorro.
It didn't quite work the way I intended it.
Just to kind of simulate steps, so we know.
There we go.
It's just kind of downhill thing.
All right. So, yes.
Pardon me.
So you don't want to check for any traps, Samil, as you're going down there very fast.
I mean, that's up to
I'm sorry,
Cade. I'm not a
wait.
rogue.
Did you say Samil?
Yeah, Samil.
I ought to smack you. Jeez.
Get down here and start looking, man.
Get out your trap
I'll
nose.
give you 20 seconds.
Get sniffing.
All of a sudden, you hear the sound of a sack opening and then metal, being thrown in front of you. You're like, wait a minute.
Exactly.
Son of a...
Trap that, biatch. All right. I guess I will look. Yes, that's a good idea.
Oh,
All right,
you're the guy with the bow, right?
Cade, where are you
Right.
going to look? Where exactly are you looking?
Hang on.
Okay.
Walls and floor and ceiling, pretty much everywhere. So, Dom, this is Dom, right? Is he the one who's also in the tunnel?
No,
with
no,
me?
no. I'm
That's me.
No, Samil is with you.
Oh, Samil. Oh, okay. Well, Samil, hang back. So this is going to take a while. I mean, I'm not. I
All
don't.
yours.
This doesn't happen quickly. Let's put it that way.
I got you. All right, go ahead and make, let's see, make a couple of intelligence checks for me, please.
All right. Just one momento. Just getting my character up, and I'll bring up everyone else's in a minute. But mine is the most important because that tells you what ice can do. And int checks, you said?
Yes, correct.
Lockkeeper, we can't put our faith in the light because Fing's not here.
That's right.
Crap.
Our party currently has no faith.
Charisma.
Praise the
five,
night instead of praise the sun.
Earth. Not yet. Okay. All right. Let's see. Next.
I really like this layout, Sod. Thank you again for doing this.
No problem.
I really like it. It looks
Yeah,
good.
man, it looks great.
Yep.
All right.
dig it.
Boom.
You just need to fix your name.
That sucked. And let's do. What do you want? 3, 2?
So I would let's start with that one. That's about midway down. So midway down the passageway. And that's it. You don't have any adjustments to that? You just have a 6?
Dude, that is the plus. It was a +1. I rolled a 5.
You got a 5.
Oh, okay. Excellent. All right. So yeah.
For me.
So you go about halfway down. Seems perfectly safe to you. One thing you notice on the way down is that you definitely notice some dust has been disturbed here. So someone has been down this passageway not that long ago.
Oh yeah, that's a good point, Art. Thanks. Tracks. It just looks like they were going slow, or just like confidently striding down to the end.
They look. It doesn't. I mean, it's hard to tell for sure, but it doesn't look
Okay.
like there's like. I mean, they didn't just shuffle forward from what you can tell because they're spaced, enough apart that it looks like someone went there.
All right.
So that's the first check, and then if you want to do is you can keep going if you want.
I would like to.
All right, so that'll get you all the way to the end.
It's
got to
get better. There you go. A 15.
Okay. So once again, that is. Everything seems fine. Nothing seems to be triggered or problematic. And you get to the bottom, and now you're staring at this stone wall in front of you.
All right. Well. Okay, and then I want to check the wall very carefully.
Same thing. One last intelligence check for me then.
Yep. 1. Badoom. Come on, because actually I'm also going to help try to find open it. No, an 8.
It looks like a stone wall.
Not illusionary or anything. I like. put my
No,
hand-
it doesn't. I mean, you're doing the whole, thing.
Right,
It
right,
looks
right.
it looks solid enough.
All right, give me this thing.
Okay. Well, it's clear up to here. Yeah.
You just ram into it. Okay, so once again, I'll have you make the same thing. So an intelligence check for you, Smil.
Domdor, we might need your help. if I'm rolling intelligence, man,
smash a wall down.
Not
sure,
looking
I'll
good.
do that.
Yeah. We step back. But hey, guys, the corridor seems to be perfectly safe.
10.
Well, so you look at it, and it occurs to you, Samil, as you're kind of looking at it, you're like, wait a minute.
Oak with
you sort of look
sword.
up and down, and you notice that this is actually, if you look to the top, you can see that there's a little bit of a gap just between the top of this wall and the corridor above it. And as you look around the sides, you see there's a similar gap, and you realize this has got to be a massive granite block. So it's not a wall, it's a block that's separate from the passageway. And as you look down at the bottom, you see that it looks like it's been shifted. That is to say that there's sort of, scrapes on the floor right underneath it. Underneath this big block.
Well, good job, Samil.
That's a lot for a 10. I don't know what to do with it, but okay. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, we could use the rest of the party down here, including, I don't know, the dwarf.
Probably
be
a
helpful.
sliding door of some sort.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
get down here and roll a 20, bro.
Exactly.
Okay.
You
So-
big fighters, put your muscles behind
Does
it, and let's go.
it look like it's kind of like the marks in the ground? Are they rotating or?
No, they look like straight scrapes. I mean, you can't see very much of them, but it looks as if there's like straight, almost like sort of like grooves, not regular grooves, but like something like you moved a piano or along a floor or something. And that was the result.
All right, so I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go up and push on the wall. See
Okay.
what happens.
All right.
Brilliant.
So
So-
what I'll need you to do is make a strength check for me, please. And is anyone helping him, or is it just you doing it?
I'm just gonna do it.
I'll help
now.
thrusting.
Okay, so if you're helping, then Domdor, make the strength check, but at advantage. So that means you're going to roll 2 and take the higher number.
I'm supervising.
Because
I'll
of
make
his
sure not
supervision,
to,
remove one of the
push you in
27.
any
No, I'm just kidding.
inappropriate places. Down there.
Ooh.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Wow.
21.
So with an effort, a significant effort, you feel the block start to move, and you actually are able to slide it down, and it is in fact a block. And the block is almost 10 feet on the side, by the way. So you're able to move it about 10 feet before it comes to a stop again. And it appears that you could probably push it even further. So you moved it 10 feet farther down. So let me sort of list that to reflect it. Whoops, no. Control
So you
Z.
got a whip. Go, dwarf! Cat!
So we moved it.
Wow.
Let's see. All right.
So we've moved it about 10.
All right, well,
that far.
all right, we moved a block. I think that's pretty good progression for today. We did good, guys.
All right. That's
Tabletop simulator. All right, let's go.
how do I erase one of these lines, Sod, again? Remind me. How do I erase
Wait, which one do you want to erase?
the wall? The one that's the wall in front of you. The
Oh, you can just
horizontal one.
erase the whole. I made it actually one single entity, so I can just fix it up so it's
Oh
not
well.
one if you
Okay.
want. I'll fix it up for you. Aha!
We're off the map again.
So it's like that, and then not like that.
Samil and Domdor didn't skip leg day. That's exactly right.
So now we're down to
Did you move it? Did I?
we're
see
down
you
to
move?
there, yeah.
Okay, you
We've
went.
pushed it
It
further.
should be 2 more squares because each of those is about 5 feet. So I don't.
Let me just move that down then.
All right. Okay. So now, so it comes to a stop, but again, it feels like you might be able to push it further if you wish.
So
No
we are
side
there.
passages yet. Just keep going down the corridor, right?
No side passages as of yet. Correct.
Okay.
Do the markings look the same straight ahead as well?
Yes, you can now see that there definitely are markings that are sort of, straight in. They're not mechanically created grooves, but obviously this block has moved down this path before and possibly back up it from what you can tell because it looks like there's grooves in both directions.
Nice.
All right. So we pushed it all the way down there.
Okay, sounds good. All right, you guys are going to try again. What's up, Lakota? Hey, man.
So we push it again.
All right, go ahead and make that roll again.
All right.
22 actually.
I'm assuming you're helping Samil.
No, I'm good. No, I got it. That's fine.
All right, so advantage again.
If it's perfectly, Samil pushes over Domdor's head, and it's great. Ooh, not so great this time. You guys are getting
This time you're
tired.
like, and yeah, it hurts a lot.
Something's gonna tear.
Yeah.
Something's just gonna tear.
Yep, something doesn't feel. You maybe pulled a hamstring. You might be out for the season. So you got a problem there. That did not
Don't
move
you-
that time.
Don't you have grease as a spell?
Hmm?
Do you have the grease spell? I thought you had the grease spell.
No, no.
Man, you mages, I swear.
Curious.
I know you asked me. I know you asked me a long time to get the grease spell, but you had such a weird look on your face, and I didn't trust it. So no, I didn't learn the grease spell.
Detail. Well, that was my 5th beer of the evening, so you know.
You know, we need a lot of grease sometimes. All right, we get stuck in tight situations. And no, I mean tactical reasons. Yes, tactical purposes for lots and
Tactical
lots
need
of
for grease.
So if
Although,
I
you know,
have
that lamp oil might be enough of a lubricant to work if you wanted to like pour that
Pour it
around or something.
underneath.
What's
I
up?
don't
if
know.
if I help Dondor move, does that mean that I can't do it on my own now?
You can do it on you can do it on your own, and if you wish, Domdor can help you, so granting you advantage in the opposite direction.
All right, dude. Over here. Run through it again.
So Domdor pulls up his, his aching hamstring.
Great,
Sucks it
both
up.
our warriors end up with hernias. That'd be hilarious.
Exactly. Diddy's like trying to do the discount double check after the first push and tore your ACL.
Good night, man.
You got
Better roll
advantage
better
though,
than the second one,
remember?
bud.
So.
Jeez.
You can roll again.
Oh, wait,
don't
that
forget.
was both of them.
Oh, that was both of them. Oh,
Yeah.
so you're like,
No.
Eesh. Oh boy.
Hey, we can try the lamp oil. I don't know. Do you have any spells that might work?
Ice Ray?
I'd rather just keep
I'm
pushing.
pretty offensive.
You know what we could do?
Well,
You guys can
besides
all
that,
help as
Salil.
well. It doesn't have to be. Can we fit more than 2
Well,
people?
you could maybe fit one more, like maybe Cade could fit underneath you, in which case I'd grant you a +1 to the check.
Okay, keep in mind, my strength is 8.
Yeah, I was about to say mine's 9, so
Yeah.
I would literally be a detriment to what
Man
you're
up,
trying to do here.
guys. Man
I'm just saying.
up.
It's still a D20 though, right? That's
Halfling
not
up
much of a difference.
and human up.
It's true. But I'll give you guys Cade and Salil cannot both fit, and really Salil can't fit either. Cade can fit because he can kind of duck between, below you. So if
I'm
all
trying
of-
to do a stick over there, and that's about the best I can
This
do.
is hilarious that the warriors need my help to move the rock.
Get over here.
do it,
You
boys.
Oh, you want to do it yourself? You can do it yourself. We'll sit back.
This is a riot.
Go on. Go, Kay.
it would be pretty funny. It would be funny
Come on.
if he just
Oh,
moves
okay.
it, just lamb.
Wait, all 52 pounds of me, baby.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
he was on like the last little bit. He just has to
I'm
knock it over
pushing
the
Camille
thread.
back, and I'm letting Cade go. Come on, Cade. Think you're so smart?
So wait, am I
Then we
rolling?
have to
We
hear
should go
about
on.
Cade talking
You're
about how
rolling,
he's a
Cade.
god.
Go on,
for the
Cade.
rest of
It's
the
all
adventure.
you.
All right, hold on.
Yeah,
Here we
go ahead. Go ahead, Cade.
Now I still got to take the -1 though, right?
No. I didn't say -1. You can
Okay,
take the,
well, no, my
if that's your strength, then
four-
yes,
Yeah,
then
strength
yes,
modifier.
yes.
All right, well here goes,
Okay.
boys.
I want to see a critical hit here.
Oh, natural 20.
That would rock.
Wait,
Oh, it's too bad. So you're like, so you give it
That's
the
only
old
one.
college
That's only
try,
one.
like.
See, I was kind of hoping he'd hit a 1, so he'd have an actual 0 roll.
Yeah, you turn all your halfling rage and halfling, all the ancestors' power, and you don't push it.
Oh, off the 20. No, I did not do it. Damn
Nope.
it.
All right, get out.
What
of
was
the way.
that? What
Game
was that,
over.
Cade? You're gonna smack talk again.
Cade crawls out of the way.
Ugh. Ow, my hammy.
We'll push it again.
We can go take a nap.
Again.
You guys can try again if you want, Domdor.
Yeah,
Samil.
keep going.
Okay.
You could try the lamp oil to try to, make it slippery. I'm thinking it's not a bad idea.
All right, I'm
I have
helping
3
Domdor.
points of oil on me anyway, so it's not like we're covered for it, guys. I'm just saying.
Good
Not
night.
that real.
Yeah,
What were you-
I'm out of my league. I'm getting no. I just kind of bounced off it, walked up and kind of just smacked it a little.
He goes up and he
Yeah,
does the
you went up and
please.
you leaned against it and went, nope,
Yeah.
nope.
Yeah, I just lean against it and start reading my book. It's like that's not helping.
He does the mime thing that like this thing. It's like- oh man.
Son of a bitch.
All right, so that doesn't work. So Samil, Domdor, do you guys want to?
Alrighty. Yeah. Let's do
Helping
it.
you out.
Another push. There we go. 19.
With that one, Domdor, you do in fact, and you are in fact able to push it farther. So you were able to push it another 10 feet basically down, and then you push this down, then you hear a, and the block stops. But opened up to the west, so basically it goes 10 more feet, and 5 feet south of you, a passageway has opened to the west, and it's a passageway with stairs leading downwards.
So did this block go into a recess in the wall where it rests or something?
You can't see around the other side of it, so you don't actually know. It's just resting on the ground right now, but it definitely bumped into something.
Hey, Domdor, give me your 10-foot pole.
All right.
Heyo.
Sure. Okay, I hand it to him.
Yeah,
Hand it to
okay.
him. Yeah.
I stick it between one of the slots on the side where you can, and try to see if there's a wall behind it. Because I'm just curious, to be quite honest.
So the 10-foot pole is too thick to get farther, behind the block. Its girth is too substantial. Anyway,
It's too thick to get behind there.
Yeah,
eh?
you can't get in there.
Can't quite get
And suddenly we oververt to
Yes.
12-year-olds.
Yes.
Good God.
We got the right audience there. All right. So no, but you are not able to get behind the block.
No, okay, wait.
Or
I
to
think
even to the
misunderstood.
sides of it. I mean, I know you were trying to
Okay,
push around
okay,
the edge,
that's
but
what I wanted to know.
it's
It's
not
all right.
quite flush, but it's pretty close.
It's pretty tight. Okay.
Yes.
Just quickly, can we move us all to the right a bit more? Because we're going to go west. I'm assuming you said the door was to the west.
That is correct. And actually, it is right
Well, isn't
about.
it?
Let's see. So if that was the end of where you guys ended up, this right here. Wait, that's not it. Control Z. Control Z. This right here is where the passageway extends off to the west.
Okay, so
there's the block, and
so like all of that way.
correct.
Is the
That's
passageway?
correct. But it's 10. Well, right. But it's also it's only again it's only like
It's only 10.
10 by 10. Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Also, the other thing I want to note is that at the very end of this corridor, the walls where the block is, the walls are narrowed a little bit. So, like, the walls sort of narrow
It
in
looks like it
slightly.
fits perfectly in. Basically.
Not quite, but close, yes.
Close. Okay.
Well,
How
well.
would they push the rock back?
That was my question. Like, how in the world did they get this that way? Maybe they put ropes around it and halt it. I don't know. But it's like, what? Yeah, I was confused by that myself, to be quite honest.
All right, I'm going west.
Okay. So you guys head down, and it's about 10 feet to the west. Stairs lead down to a series of connected 10-foot-high chambers. And by the way, I should ask here, now that you guys are this far down, obviously light is going to be an issue. So do you still have the last...
I think
Soliel had light on a staff or something. I don't know if that was... Or Fing. I don't remember who had the light source, but...
I think Domdor, if I remember.
I think I had it on my hammer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, my axe, but my battle axe.
And my axe. Okay, so you
Sure.
have that, so you're going forward. So, so if you guys could actually arrange your figures, roughly speaking, where you guys are, and I will
Alright.
try to position.
We'll
Let's see.
position ourselves like westward. So
Yes, and I'm going to have to include more of the map here momentarily, but that's all right.
yeah,
So you guys are going.
Okay.
you can select us all and then use the arrow keys. Like you select everything, use the arrow keys. It'll move us one grid across over and over and over. So you can just move us all the way across if you want.
There we go. Right. Yeah, I figured. I just figured you guys can move yourselves down there, and actually, Fing is back up here still. All right, I'll move him down there. There's Fing.
What are you doing in the wall,
Okay,
Domdor?
before wait. Yes, to hang back in the corridor. I'm just looking for the. I want to look to see if there's more tracks here first before we go and obliterate them with our own.
So you're gonna follow the tracks.
Okay. Yeah, the tracks do seem to head down the stairs, and it doesn't look, by the way, as if anyone made any particular effort to try to cover them. I mean, the tracks look like they're, more or less just there, like someone was just,
Striding along.
Yep.
Okay.
So the stairs lead down to a series of connected 10-foot-high chambers. There are torch sconces carved to resemble stony fists which protrude from the walls, but they hold nothing in their clutches. Everywhere else, the walls are adorned with murals painted on plaster, and where the plaster is peeled away, you see damp gray stone. The murals depict ships on a storm-tossed sea, red dragons flying over blazing infernos, cloud castles in the sky, and magnificent caverns filled with towering crystals and glittering gemstones. In the middle of each adjacent chamber is a freestanding, 8-foot-tall crypt of black marble, sealed with a slab of white alabaster inscribed with a name.
Yee.
So how many of them are there? How many crypts?
I will show you. So, we have got, let's see, and actually I'm going to have to, didn't plan for this quite well enough. I'm going to have to move you guys over here to arrange this.
There. Arv, I gotta jump off or at least mute myself to take a quick call. So I'll be right back while you're drawing, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right.
It's gonna take him a while.
No, it shouldn't take that long. Okay, let's see.
I love the like thought in your voice. Like you started saying that and then you thought about it and you're like, oh. About halfway
It
through your
shouldn't be.
sentence. It shouldn't be. Okay, never mind.
Take your time.
Knowing my drawing side. Okay, here we go. I feel like I'm going blind with these grid lines. Like I can't see. Okay.
No, that's just the old age.
Oh, ho, ho. Look who's clever! As a boulder crushes you from above for no reason. Let's see. And this is the last
I
one.
still say I miss a bit from your freehand.
I know.
It had a lot of charm to it.
And by charm, you mean everyone got to laugh at it quite a lot. Charming in that you are so goofy as a drawer sort of way.
You should have really at least like made up the excuse like, oh no, Cinevine was off camera the entire time sending these up.
Yes, the
it would have
exact
been
one.
adorable.
Yes. Instead, it was just sort of pathetic. Okay, so you guys are in, and actually, if you guys want to, let me have you guys position yourselves. I'm sorry about that passageway. That's really dreadful.
Yeah.
So you guys are basically there. That's a passageway. So this is how many there are essentially, and they're all connected. These are all empty lines. They're basically all open, and they all connect in the way that you see. And the stairs lead into this first one right at the bottom.
Let's go.
Charge!
Charge in.
Okay, so which one do you guys want to go to? So in this one here, there's nothing here, but there are these alabaster slabs elsewhere. As I realize that I don't have. Hold on.
So there's nothing here. That's like a open. Is it open? Is it a passageway or an actual doorway? Or
Hold on a second.
Skeleton's going down, man.
I will show you. Hold on a second.
Leroy Jenkins.
my chat is broken. Come on, pop out, chat. Come on, let's do it. Let's work, chat.
Is that a thing? Is chat just
My chat just completely died, and I don't know
like
if it's
set it
Twitch.
disconnected, or is it just like a bunch of lurkers?
All right, bear with me 1 second.
No.
We've buried for enough seconds.
Do it or else. All right. Let's see. Ah, here we go. Whoops. Hold on.
The dick is that? Altar. Oh, it's moving.
It's obviously a lich. We're
There's
screwed.
another one. Oh my goodness.
There we go. So you guys see the same kind in each one. They look slightly different when you get up close to them, but this is what they look like. That central room where you guys first enter doesn't have anything in it at all, but there are slabs in each one of those other places that you see.
Slabs.
All right.
Yes, alabaster slabs. That is correct.
Tomdor, go like smear your beard
So-
on it and see what happens.
So the footsteps.
Thank you for the follow, Chipmunk Mafia. Sorry, Sod.
The footsteps. You know, the prince.
Wait,
where
whoa,
people
whoa,
go.
stop,
Do they all
stop.
go
What
everywhere?
was that?
Hold on, can we just pause for a second? Back up here. Did you get a follow from someone named Chipmunk Mafia?
Yes, we did.
Chipmunk
That's a beautiful
Mafia.
thing.
If you are hanging out and you are listening to this shenaniganery right now, you have an awesome name. Thank you for being you. You
Yeah,
wonderful,
I
wonderful
totally
person.
agree with that, and thank you for
That
joining
is
the
amazing.
Thank you for joining the Arvanauts, man. I appreciate it. Right. So, yes. So there are these alabaster slabs that open. Now, one thing I should mention, by the way, is that so each one of these is sort of like, so there's a crypt that's just sort of set in the center, not a crypt, but a large sort of. It's larger than a coffin, but it sort of rises from the center of each of these rooms, and on the top of each of those is this alabaster slab that I mentioned.
Basically, a sarcophagus with the
Sarcophagus, but it's right, but it's square. I mean, it's straight square, rectangular, I should say, without any curved features or anything. Although the top of each slab is engraved a little bit differently, and that depends on which one you guys want to look at.
Okay, so I think we should all go into the center here, and then we follow the footprints and see where they lead us.
The footprints at this point actually go in every different direction. So they go north, south, west, east. Like they get very confused around this point, and you're not entirely sure where. And gentlemen, that's actually not true. We're using Roll20 for webcams, actually. So yes, Roll20 as well for the webcams. So
Any of these crypts have signs of someone trying to open them?
yeah, so that looks as if you'd actually have to get on top of one of them to actually look. Each of these crypts, by the way, is standing. So it's
they're upright.
It's
They're
upright
upright.
on one end, correct.
Okay.
And the crypt,
So
and each
they're
one
like-
of them is black marble, and the slab on the front is white alabaster.
Like the generic mummy kind of.
I mean, Oh, nice, Chipmunk.
So maybe we should check around the edges of each room to see if the footprints like go through a hidden door, and then we have like a place to start. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Sure.
So which direction are you going to go then? I mean, like,
I'll go this way and check up that way.
okay. So you go
These
north.
are doorways, yeah. These are
Yes,
doorways?
yes, that's correct.
Okay.
And they're just open. So there's no door there. It's just sort of an open hallway. So as you go to that one to the north there is dust filling this crypt. Resting atop a white marble slab is a casket carved from petrified wood. So it looks a little bit different actually than the other ones. Its lid shaped and painted in the likeness of a slumbering knight in gold armor clutching a wicked greatsword. Someone has chiseled away at the knight's noble features, giving his effigy a nasty scar. So there's that's the deal with that. And to the side, you can actually see up against a wall. You can see a name inscribed up against the wall, and it says Gaston Amberghoul. Gaston Amberghoul.
Ghoul as in undead ghoul?
No, as in Gul. This is the Amberghoul
Okay.
estate. You were sent to the Amberghoul
okay.
crypt. So this says Gaston Amberghoul, and that's up against this the right side wall over here.
Okay.
Thank you for the label. Good. Okay.
I'll rotate it as well, so we know. Aha.
All right. So that's what's there. There's a wood casket. You have slumbering knight with gold armor. Do you want to do anything with it, or are you just looking around it?
We're just looking for now. I don't want to touch anything right now.
All right. Okay. So where to next? Samil, do you want to check out where you are now?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. So first of all, to the left side, over on this wall right here, Samil, you see the same kind of alabaster, sort of marble slab, and it's inscribed with the name Olivine, Olivine, Amberghoul. And in the center, resting on a marble slab in the middle of this crypt, is a casket chiseled from green wood, and its lid is carved in the likeness of a naked young woman asleep on a bed of vipers. Framed in gold on the wall behind the casket is a beautiful floor-to-ceiling portrait of a young woman wearing a golden tiara and a white wedding gown.
Boring. Next one.
What, not enough nudity for you?
I
Is
was
that
just
the
about to
problem?
say, like, what? Really? You have an interesting version of boring. Here you find an
can't kill the
account. You
vipers.
find accounting 101. You're like, oh, nice, awesome.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay.
You finally got it. How to do 3D modeling in Maya. Oh, hey!
That's right. Now on this one, you see again. Now the sign. There is another sign here. Those slabs. But this one is interesting because it's higher on the wall. So it's sort of high up on the wall. And this one says Kamal Amberghoul. Kamal. So that's this one that's right over here. It's on this wall, but it's higher on the wall. And in the middle, you see that this is an ebony casket, once rested atop a marble slab in the middle of this crypt, but the casket has been smashed to flinders, leaving dust and bone fragments scattered about the floor. Ooh. Perched on shelves in the corners of the room are 4 gargoyles with malevolent grins, and between them, mounted in marble frames on the walls, are 4 large oval mirrors.
Much more exciting.
Kamal the Vain? Is that what's going on here?
You're so vain. Kamal.
So wait, so the gargoyles are in the corners, and the mirrors are mounted on the walls.
Correct. Between the
And
gargoyles.
in the center of the wall, so they all be facing the crypt in the center? Is that
That
the
is
point?
exactly correct. Yep.
Thank you. Well, it doesn't
That's
make
a
the
strange one,
vampire
yeah.
down or something. But you said Arv, you said there's bone fragments, so there was a body here.
That's correct, which has apparently been destroyed. Or something.
Sweet. Keep going.
Yeah, I guess so. And by the way, Arv, real quick, and I can go back and check this if I need to. On the Gaston and Olivine, there was no signs like pry marks or people trying to open the coffins.
Well, you didn't
whatever
check,
they
but
are?
you can go. But do you want to go back and check it, or
Let's finish our sweep and I'll start looking
Okay,
more closely at it.
sounds good.
This one obviously, someone did something to. Yeah.
all right,
Okay.
and then you and Samil go down to this next one. The one down here has another one of these things, and this time it's the normal like spot in the wall, so it's the normal place that the other ones had been. It's at the right. It's lower again, like the other ones were. And this one reads Alicia Amberghoul. This crypt seems untouched by the passage of time. Resting atop a wide marble slab is a casket carved from gold-painted wood, its lid shaped in the likeness of a slumbering, raven-haired woman with a black cat curled up in her chest, and there are arcane glyphs carved into the lid around this noble effigy. And I want to emphasize, untouched by time, there doesn't appear to be any dust or anything else on top of here, which is strange, because there's dust everywhere else, but not here.
I have a
Very
permanent clean
odd.
spell on my coffin, which is creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you waste a permanent spell on that? Anyway.
All right?
So as they go through and are making sure that these things are actually clear for things that will stab me in
so
the
to
face,
speak.
Right.
I will examine these little what'd you call these effigies or something, or these these stones.
The glyphs
Is there
that you talked about?
anything that I should be rolling forbidden lore with? Like, would anything pique my interest?
So yeah, so are you looking specifically? So you're looking specifically at the glyphs.
Yeah, at the glyphs, at the like different carvings and stuff. At the
Okay.
basically the images that are there, and seeing if they remind me of anything forbidden.
Okay.
Anything that should be there. Yeah.
Okay. So
So we look for the forbidden lore that is forbidden.
So
forbidden lore. It's in plain sight.
go ahead and make. It's actually not forbidden lore for this one. Go ahead and make a regular magic lore check.
It's stupid.
Forbidden lore.
You want wisdom or intelligence this
That
time?
would be wisdom.
Okay. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Good
Wow,
God, man.
that's quite a gap. Yes. So the
real
funny
range,
thing about
super
these
scholar.
glyphs is that they don't seem to correspond to anything that you know. It's like it would be as if someone decided to write what seemed like words, and then when you got up in front of it, it was like QXYBFTG. It's just gibberish. Like it doesn't seem to spell out any arcane language that you know. Although the glyphs themselves seem to be like basic sort of arcane glyphs that you've learned in your study, but they don't match up with anything.
So it's more gibber. It's more like aesthetic.
Well,
glyphs
you
than
can't
anything
tell
else.
whether it's aesthetic because it seems to be kind of all over the place. But if it's
Okay.
designed to do something magical, you wouldn't know what.
Hey,
Gotcha.
Salil, check for Cthulhu.
You see,
I don't know if I want to check for Cthulhu.
you
I
see
don't
an
know if I
elder
wanna-
one. You take
don't know if I wanna
8,000
exceed
sanity
that
damage,
roll.
and yeah,
Oh look, Cthulhu's.
yeah, exactly. Guys, I know what the.
So his head explodes.
Okay. And then-
Arvin, the last one where Samil and I are?
The last one is actually over. So you see that same slab that I was mentioning about is over here, and over on the side, you see this this sign which says Reynard Amberghoul, Reynard. The slab that once sealed this white marble clip has been smashed to pieces. Lying in the doorway amid the rubble is the desiccated corpse of a man in leather armor, his wide eyes devoid of life and his jaw locked in a frozen scream. Inside the darkened crypt, you see another withered corpse in leather armor, slumped over an upside-down casket of polished red wood that's been knocked off its marble slab. Dust has spilled from the casket onto the floor, creating a terrible mess. South of the crypt, you see a section of wall where the plaster has been torn away, exposing a door-shaped rectangle of damp gray stone.
But,
Wait,
Well,
so
well,
the
well.
door right here.
yoink.
That's correct.
I searched for said door.
Okay. Let's see. So, okay.
I stabbed you in the
You
back.
actually don't even
What?
need. It's easy to find, so you don't even need to like check it. It definitely is a door, but it looks like it's very heavy. It's going to take a little bit of strength to
What
kind
is
of
all
push it
these
open.
doors? Sheesh.
It's a crypt.
Uh,
It's a stonery.
Okay.
So as you're doing this, you just went to the door, right? Like you haven't done anything else yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I just said verified. There's a door here. Not doing anything. Not opening it yet. I do
Unless
wanna-
Sunil wants to just go straight through. No, no,
No.
No,
Oh, by the
not
way,
this
Dom, I
time.
did give you your 10-foot pole back. So
yeah.
It's,
So the
it's good that you didn't just hold on to that all day. And
So I'm gonna search each room. I'm gonna see the footprints go to like any wall area. Like I follow them to any of these. It's like in case there's like a hidden wall.
Okay, it's not it's not easy to find at this point. It's confused. You have a couple of problems. Number one, down here, obviously the trail is lost because there's no dust in this room, particularly because
Yeah.
of what I mentioned. And the rest of the footprints are confused. Do you think that there was a lot of back and forth? In fact, maybe even running back and forth and among the different rooms. So it's hard to tell where the hell they went. The trail sort of, fails here unless you can leave this area. Maybe you might pick it up again, but there's, nothing, there's nowhere to tell where they went, like into a wall or into a crypt or something like that.
Arv, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you mark which ones have like smashed or open caskets, please? I think it's Reynard and Kamal pretty much are the only ones, if I'm not mistaken. But I
Yeah,
just
so-
like that noted, please.
Since you were doing the typing, Sod, I think, this one,
Or whoever
Has-
was labeling that one.
that
Yes,
one has a smashed one, and that's one of them. And then the other one is, hold on,
It was
is Kamal's, which
Yeah.
is right here.
tomorrow.
Kamal Ataturk. Anyways,
Did my
so
chat die?
I think people are lurking as we're thinking. Their way.
I see, I see.
yeah, it's fine. It's
Okay. Okay, they're all captivated.
yes, Arv, I want to check out drawing my sword to
Yes.
use as a poker. I want to check out the two bodies since it's already open. I want to check out what these two desiccated bodies have, if there's anything of interest on,
Relics.
around, behind them, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But I am gloved and not touching them with anything except my blade. I
Right, okay.
want to be very clear about that.
All right, so you touch them, and as you touch them, you hear,
Wow, most dead bodies don't say things.
and then you
All right.
feel a terrible, terrible chill enter the room.
So
a
Lil's
horrible,
gone.
horrible. So Lil's just like, da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. You have a problem, Solil, because simultaneous to this, you hear this go back, and then you hear this from somewhere outside of this set of crypts. You hear this rumbling noise.
Too late. I'm out.
Nope. Nope, you're not.
I made it out before you said the
No,
explanation.
no. Where's the explanation? What actually happens is, I'll tell you what you see quickly. You are like, and you run to the door, and then run the other direction, and what you see, you're there just in time.
The character thing is definitely going to be the okay. We should probably not be here.
Okay, you are just in time to see, Solil, a stone ogre statue marching back down the hallway. The block is now gone from the area where the statue is, and the statue walks back to its place, turns around, and stops. So as you look around the hallway, what you see is there's now what looks like a stone wall blocking the way that you guys came from.
Go back.
Lovely.
then,
I'm
figure out how
going to alert people to that fact.
Okay, in the meantime, while that is happening, you feel this terrible chill upon you, and 3 creatures materialize around you, Cade. And let me tell you exactly what those are.
Ah, crap.
Just give me a second.
What did you guys look into again before this all happened?
There
what
were 2
triggered this?
bodies in the Reynard crypt, and I was just like kind of poking around
there were
them to
2
see,
here.
and apparently they didn't like them.
Okay. You poked the bodies. Yeah, all right.
You poke the bodies.
I'd say
Someone
I'd be
have a plus-
about here searching
Does someone
for
have a plus
things.
1 weapon here? Anyone? Anyone?
Nope.
I think we're gonna need
I
it.
got a +1 fist.
I've got scorching ray.
+1
That'll work.
bicep.
Does it damage magical creatures? 'Cause I think we're gonna need it. Okay.
If it
okay.
hits them, yes.
Yes, he did. Oh boy.
This is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. You kidding me?
This is not good.
All right.
Of course, if we left, maybe they'll just leave us alone. So you could just, dart out into the other chamber, and maybe they'll just, not. Son of a.
Yeah, that's right, gentlemen. Troll Crypt wants you to go back and simultaneously blocks the ability to do so. Yes, yes. Welcome to Dark Souls /D&D. All right, people, I'm going to ask us all to roll initiative, please.
So what are these things again? Technically, ghosts. material.
You have no idea. Well, yes, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say.
Oh, yeah.
You can see them though. They look like sort of phantasmic creatures. They have what look like almost sort of translucent, but in life it might have been iron helms with sort of dark, shadowy faces with glowing eyes like embers set in a fire. And they sort of swirl around somewhat indistinctly around the room.
Meep. Meep meep.
So
Meep.
What's up, Ten?
I do enjoy the fact that my character, all their intelligence rolls, awesome. Like lore, he's got lore. He's got lore down pat. Now, if he wants to do shit other than that,
Then he's in
Well,
trouble.
geez,
I'm getting
so
an
you
echo,
don't
by
have
the
a
way.
reaction, a basic human reaction time. No,
You don't have that
no.
plus
Jay? How you
10 to
doing?
react to initiative, so that's
Do you want to roll for Thing too? He's -1.
Yes, and actually, while we're at it, I should probably move Fing in here, shouldn't we?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, sure,
Yeah,
why not?
He should.
He's just here
Fing's
drinking.
like, ah! I assume Fing is back here.
As soon as he found out those flasks contained oil, he lost all interest.
That's right. Hi, Ten. Hello, everybody.
Son of a gun. Well,
All
it's
right,
easy
give
to
me
draw
1
with a
second.
sword, but
He has a -1 to his roll.
I'm getting an echo also from somebody.
probably me. Hang on.
Alrighty. And
Better?
1 second.
We'll
here.
wait and see.
Okay.
Test.
By the way, I love your
Seems
evil
fine.
like overlord or evil mad scientist look on your image that comes up before we see actually you on there. That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
that's-
his portrait icon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually, if you have armed chat open, that's actually the large file of that.
Gasm.
That's a really, damn it. This is a gasm.
No, sorry, that's really.
Okay, what do we got for initiatives here? So Domdor gets a 19. All right, give me a second.
I just love how chat, because of the delay, they just think I'm spamming my own shit. There's a reason for these guys. Hold on.
This would be a job for Turn Undead.
Okay, let's see. Cade has got the powerful 10. So you guys have got your initiative Wheaties, ate your initiative Wheaties today again.
Which a couple
Yep.
of us have, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Samil with a 4. Samil's like, what?
Am I the only one
And he
that
just
likes?
sits there.
Actually, I like going last. I don't know. I can react to stuff. I'm serious.
The main thing I care about is going before the enemy, which will probably not
That
be
would make
happening here.
sense. That would make sense. Yeah.
But yeah, because
But like
then,
all the
like whenever
mistakes
they
you guys make, I can kind of make up for that later.
I like getting out of the range where they can just cut my nipples off with one little swipe. That's pretty nice to get away from that.
Why the nipple?
Does anyone know what? Does anybody know what his bonus, what Fing's initiative bonus is?
It's -1.
-1.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's the roll.
For his perpetual drunkenness.
4. Da-da-da-da-da-da. All right, so he gets a 4. Series, what is Samil's dexterity?
14.
Okay, and what is Fing's? Saad?
9. I think it's 9. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
practically a
All right.
-1.
First to react to all of this. Well, the cleric is at the moment sleeping in real life. Okay. So first to react is Domdor. Domdor is first to react.
Domdor
She's all the way to
smash.
the other
Yeah,
side of the
I
freaking...
go in and
complex.
smash that one if I can. Can I have a quick description of what it looks like? Again.
Give me a second. So what the creature looks like? So it's
Yeah.
it's this vaguely incorporeal. I mean, it looks like it's sort of a little bit
so it is
indistinct,
incorporeal.
but it does have sort of a translucent, what looks like might have been like an iron helmet maybe in life, and then these glowing. Its face is not really clear. It's sort of shadowy, as if it's underneath this helmet with
So
these
it's all
eyes that look like
incorporeal.
embers. All 3 of them look to be. Yes, there's 3 of these that are
So
sort of floating
like the
around.
helmet on isn't
I'm sorry.
a physical object. Like
No,
the
it does not
helmet-
look like it. No, it looks like it was part of whatever this was.
It's a ghostly helmet.
The only thing I need to do is swing. That's the only thing I know. So I'm going to swing it and see what happens.
Okay.
Here we go.
Go ahead.
No.
After your usual fantastic start.
As you so Domdor, as you swing, you notice that your axe actually sort of slices through the air in front of it, and it looks almost as if it sort of as if there was air that sort of blew the body slightly out of the way of your axe as it went through. So like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's the deal with that. All right. Next up is let's see. Oh, are you moving, Domdor? Or are you staying where you are?
Yeah, well, I moved there. I had to move there.
Okay.
To swing.
To actually
I
swing.
think spellcasters are going to be the ones who do damage here.
So
I
this
have an
creature-
idea, but I don't know
Tell
what
us,
to do. I'm not sure.
please.
I think if we go into this room, because everything seems to be, like there's some strange magical effect happening in this room. So maybe if we can
Dust.
lure them into that room, that may help.
So what? They'll be cleaner when we kill them? Is that?
I don't know. This is just a guess. This is just a
Mushroom.
really rough guess.
If it
Okay,
would stop them
that's-
from going into that room, I'm all for it. But if you've got something,
Maybe that
that's all you
become
got,
corporeal
we're
when
fighting.
they go into that room, for example.
Maybe.
Okay, so this
Get canceled.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
so
I'm
this first
fighting.
one turns around to face you, Domdor, and it moves its sort of shadowy waves at you. A 16 versus AC.
That is a hit.
Okay. As it hits you, you feel a horrible chill sort of pass through your body. And let's see. Hold on a second. Horrible chill. So horrible, I can't even explain it to you, and you'll see how horrible in just a moment. Yes. A horrible chill passes over you, and you feel almost as if something is being drained from you. You take 9 necrotic damage, first of all. And secondly, you have to make a constitution saving throw.
I hate these things.
Get owned, man.
And as it does this, it says,
Brutal.
To level 1.
"You are not ready." No.
20. There you go.
Wow.
Natural 20 on the
Nice.
con save.
So you're like, "Whoa!" Yeah, you have no problem. You feel what you feel for a moment is you felt for a moment as if your body. This is sort of hard to describe. It felt a little bit as if your body almost shrank, like it was being pulled out of you for a moment, and then went back to normal, like someone was sucking like a milkshake, something from a straw, and like, right, and then you backed off of it. Okay. The second one decides to turn its attentions to Cade,
Of course.
like so. This is reminding me of Death in Gauntlet. The creature that comes running at you, like the Gauntlet arcade game. Maybe the
When you
arcade
die?
video game. Yeah, well, no, there's a death like thing that comes after you. Let's see. A 20, I assume, is going to hit your AC. Okay. Let's see.
Ow.
Okay. This is going to do, again, you feel this terrible cold. You take 5 necrotic damage, and again, you need to make that con save.
All right, standard con. Hey, I actually have a +2. Yay. Wait,
Yeah, definitely not Casper. Agreed, Orion. Yes, definitely not Casper.
Okay, hang on. Rolling. Yerts. Shit. 5.
Okay. So you feel this, what I described to Sod before, what I described to Domdor, as if your body has had a part of it sucked out of you. And the overall effect of this at the moment is that your maximum hit points has been reduced to the level they are at right now.
Ah!
You don't know how long that will last. Thank you for the follow, Frost. Welcome to the Argonauts. You don't know how long that's going to last, but it is happening at the
Okay,
moment.
that's scary.
And Samil, the last one, is going to take a swing at you. Wow. 23.
Are
They
you
decided to do
freaking kidding me,
really.
dude?
They decided to do really well, I guess. Okay.
Harv doesn't like us.
This one, no, that's not me. Blame the dice, man. I'm just the messenger. This one does a grand total
Just the
of.
messenger.
It does 8 necrotic damage to you, and again, you're going to need to make a con saving throw.
I'm just the messenger that wrote the message.
Wrote and delivered. Yes, exactly. Hey, guys, I'm going to have like one more round of this, and then I'm beating the feet out of here. I'm almost ready to beat feet out of here right now. This is like
I reckon we go.
freaking terrifying.
Beat the feet out of here to the... Are you talking about to that hallway that's blocked because of the move statue thing?
I don't know if I ever heard you say that. 'Cause
That's really funny. You're like, guys, let's run. You're like, yeah, about the running.
There's a thing.
Yeah, I'm a little too busy fighting off the life-draining white ghosty thing.
Same-
to hear you say,
Samil,
"Hey, by the
same
way, the
effect that
we're
I just-
trapped here now."
Samil,
It's all about you. Okay,
Samil,
yeah,
same
you and
effect
your
I just
problems.
described. Same effect I just described to you before that I described to
Right.
Cade. You feel that life force being cut out. Your maximum hit point total at the moment is reduced to where you're at the moment.
I have a question also.
Yes.
Sod, for this will be real quick. For the human fighter, it says my AC is 18 because it says scale mail and a shield. Because I'm using a two-handed weapon.
Oh,
would that
sorry,
go down
that should
to
be plate
16?
mail. No, only wearing plate mail? I can't remember what your
It says
equipment was again.
scale mail.
Oh, so it is 16, yeah. Sorry,
16.
just put that to
Or
16.
without a shield. Okay.
Yeah, without a shield. Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
No, that's fine. Just making sure.
Okay. All right. That's them. Cade, it's your turn.
Oh crap. Well, I'll take a shot at these, but if I can't hit them, then I'm freaking out of here. All right, I am attacking. I will draw the other sword. After
And by the way,
shaking.
Cade, the one that you are looking at, the one that you're facing, seems to be somewhat taller. And as you look at it, you actually can see the other two, as you sort of look around, the other one is taller. And Samil, roll an intelligence check for me quickly. This is a very
Samil or
easy
me?
one. Samil. I want Samil to roll this. I forgot to tell him this when he was fighting the guy.
Samil?
Yes. You, Samil.
I didn't.
Serious.
I haven't fought. Oh, okay.
Yep. You're staring at something, I know.
Right.
Okay, that's enough. You notice that the ones that you are fighting look like the ghostly forms of the creatures that are on the ground of the crypt. The ones with the sort of the leather armor with the horrified scream, etc. Whereas Cade, the one that you're facing, is this tall, sort of regal figure. You don't know who this is, but it's definitely not one of the two guys in the armor down below.
Okay.
Guys, there were some glyphs on the things earlier. I couldn't tell what they were, but might be important.
And they're like, little busy. Okay, now, Cade, you can proceed to attack.
Yeah, I'll try it. To smack, maybe. 16?
Yes, that'll hit.
One? Yay! And I think my standard, hold on, let me just see here. Straight up is submit. My second attack is a 14. Oh, wait. +4 on both.
Okay, so how much?
Something is screwed up. Hold on. Okay, well, my two attack rolls were a 16 and a 17, actually. So you said both hit?
Both hit.
Okay, mommy. Short sword. Something's a little bit screwy on my damage rolls. For 4, and then the secondary one is, hang on. Nice. 10 points total if I indeed actually hit him.
In fact, as you slash through, you do, in fact, make contact with them. And it seems you hear a hiss. You're not sure if it's pain or anger. But as you do it, now you don't feel any pain in your arm, but your daggers hiss and sizzle. Now they're not. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Swords.
Okay.
Your swords hiss and sizzle as they plunge into the whatever it is that you're dealing with.
Okay, does it like recoil? Does it look like it actually took damage, or is it just like kind of...
It looks angry, like it was directly connected to when you hit them. So you can't tell, but it definitely, I mean,
Yay.
yeah,
All right.
it didn't like just pass through them like a cloud.
I'll take it. Okay.
And are you staying where you are? You're kind of in a tough spot if you want to go anywhere else, frankly.
Well, I have the halfling nimbleness. It says I can move through the space of any creature that's now the size larger. I would like to use my cunning action to disengage and get the hell out of this room, to be quite honest. But can I do that realistically?
Not really, and I'll tell you why. If you were just trying to get out, let's say to the north, it would be one thing. But at the moment, you have a stalwart dwarf who's blocking the way, and on the other side, you have both Samil and this
Another one of these things.
Yeah, so it's
You
going
can
to be
always just walk through it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Just walk through if you want to walk through the body of the thing that made your weapons hiss and sizzle, go right ahead. I mean, who am I
No.
to,
No, if it can hit it, if it can hiss, it can be killed. That's all I need to know.
It can
I
be
just
hiss.
need to
I
start
hit you
dodging or something. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm done. I'm
Yes,
going to stay where I
indeed.
am because I don't really have a choice.
Soliel, miraculously enough, you're up next.
Get him.
Is everybody alive? Kind of.
So far.
They're like,
Well played. Well played. Okay.
10. They looked like those guys from before. No, Rogan, they do not say, to Mordor, we will take you. They don't do that.
All right. Stepping up. Can I see? Okay. So which one's been like smacked around a little bit? Yeah.
The one that's been smacked around a little bit is this one right here. That was the one that Cade just hit.
Of course, the one that's buried by my friends. All right.
Hit anyone you can see.
This
you can
one,
do that.
you can actually, now I'll say this, you're lucky because you can see over Domdor, and this crypt here is smashed. So you can actually see over it, and this one is tall. This one is definitely taller than the other two.
Get him. Get him lots.
You want this one?
Yes. Yes, I do. Actually, that would help because then I could go and get sneak attack damage on running Domdor.
We asked about this once, Arv, and I forget. Whenever I am lining up a multi-shot spell, do I have to call all the shots out at once, or can I like toss one, and if I happen to knock something out, toss
No,
it
they
there?
go off simultaneous. If you're talking about like
All at
magic,
once?
it's like a spread. Yeah, like a. Like
I'm
a
talking
fan.
about Scorching Ray specifically.
I'm pretty sure
All
that.
that damage is.
I'm pretty sure that it's all happening at that simultaneous moment, so it's going out at one time. Now you can call multiple targets at that time, but you can't. Yeah, you can't be like, let me see if I get one to one and go to the next. It doesn't, not for something like that.
Okay.
Exactly 10. So
it's all at
good.
once. That's so good. All right. I very clearly and very loudly tell everyone to get down, especially poor little Domdor right in front of me. I'm kind of pushing him.
All right, so it's up to you to comply if you
Down!
want.
It's Papa Dwarf.
Toss the staff over. Let's
Vec.
first
some
shot
damage.
going at creature ugly over there.
I think the cleric's going to be our MVP, Rogan.
Do it. Damn it.
It's a 10.
Does not hit.
The other one.
There you go.
That will hit.
Yes.
And the third.
Another one. Another one. Damn it.
And okay.
Miss.
Although I won't complain.
So, did
that's-
you have all three of them going at the same guy? I'm sorry.
Yeah, all three
Okay.
went right at the
All
same
right,
guy.
you hit him with one.
Okay, let me check the damage roll. Goodness.
Was I recall, it's pretty good damage on these things, if I'm not
Six.
mistaken.
Gentlemen, everyone get down. Domdor, get more down.
Further down! You have lots of hair, and I don't want to have to look through smoke after this.
So, Leo, you're rolling damage?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
there it is.
gone.
Okay. Oh, sweet.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Nice.
10 damage. You hear it go,
We'll get him.
and it bursts into flames and disappears.
Oh, yes. I'll never gouge you again, Solio.
You may proceed.
That's a
Awesome.
massive damage.
I need to look that. I need to see.
Wow, that is massive. We're third level now? You get like one.
Yeah,
blast
that's not
per
a
level?
that's not
Holy
a at
crap.
will 10 times a day, right?
No, that's a one shot.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was
Although,
Wow.
I am not complaining.
so Leal does that, and then Leal, like on the tip of his wand, is like, like puts it away. All right.
You may,
I give him the thumbs up.
Yes. Now you basically had to move back to do that, Salil. So that's going to be where you are. That's going to lead us to Samil. So you are facing now one of them, and as I said, this is one that you notice looks like the creature down below, very similar, but in this incorporeal form.
Does he look like he wants to talk?
He seems rather unfriendly. He does. He wants to say this.
Can I pick up his body and throw it at him?
I mean, you could actually. You've already disturbed the bones. I don't know why.
Right.
Disturb it even more.
All right, might as well take a swing at it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Let's see what we got here.
Thank you for the follow. Poke Freak. Poke Freak, thank you. Welcome to the Argonauts. I need to introduce you to Poke Dude. Poke Freak meets Poke Dude. All right. Sorry, go ahead.
I do love how the absolute like craziness of Scorching Ray is completely balanced by my character's complete inability to get a good roll. Because I could hit something with three of those.
Yeah, you hit him 30. Look, Salil.
Speaking of damage, yeah, that'll
Pretty
definitely
good,
hit.
all
Samil.
things considered.
That will definitely hit.
1d12 plus 3. Come on, baby. Where's it at?
Did you say 3d12?
Huh? No. 1d12.
I was
1d12
like,
plus
whoa!
3. 1d12 plus 3.
Jeez. Like you're swinging a castle at them.
8 damage.
Okay. So you can but it doesn't, you know, it doesn't undie or whatever. But yes. This isn't Dead Space. You can't just
Right.
throw bodies around and kill enemies.
I
yeah.
wish. I use Kinesis on the smashed
Now,
alabaster.
technically, Samil, you could, if you want, try to sort of clamber over Cade, theoretically. But otherwise, you're pretty much... Or you could climb on top of the smashed thing in the middle. That's going to make it harder for you to fight, but it would get you in a center position if you wanted to do that. Footing would be difficult, though. Footing would be difficult, though.
I'm pretty good where I am, I think.
Okay. All right, that leads us to Fing. Saad, are you going to manage Fing for the moment? Are you cool managing Fing, or do you, or should, or what do you
We can't
guys...
hear you right now. We can't hear you. I
What?
don't think. Can you guys hear?
I can hear him.
Yeah.
We can't hear Dom.
Honestly, I
I can't hear
Ah,
you.
sorry.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry.
no.
Don't
So, yeah.
mute your microphone, buddy.
So, Dom, are you able to
Um,
handle... Do you want to
I
handle
think
Fing?
he would go down there and just Scorching Ray something.
Do you want to turn undead? I don't know.
Because he
what
can't
that
get
would do,
past
but-
me. He could turn undead if.
All right, I just gave you
he-
control of his character,
Okay.
Dom.
Shouldn't.
Do you think we should turn undead now?
Controlling
Or...
him?
What's that?
Arf.
Shouldn't
Shouldn't
what?
he be more NPC right now since we don't have the player that's powering him?
The problem is that I'm having to sort of fight against myself, which is not my preferred way of doing it. I do in the case of mention, but for
Okay.
you guys, I don't want
Because
to.
I'm blocking the way right now. He can turn
Yeah.
undead, or he can Scorching Ray. That's the only, or he can throw his javelin if he wants to.
I don't think javelin's a good idea.
I'll defer to the party.
Yes,
on
through
that, but
me.
I would typically prefer like
All right, if you guys
Give us the
want
finger.
me to manage him, that's fine. I don't mind managing.
that's just my
Yeah, I think it's better.
All right,
Yeah.
that's fine. I'll manage him. So what he does is Fing goes running off in the other room, and you hear ah, and then he comes around the other side like this, and he comes charging in an attempt to swing. You are going to have to give me his statistics though, because I don't have the stuff right in front of me.
Yeah,
That
Moment,
so-
sounds
Saad?
like Fing perfectly. So yeah, I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
Oh, Relix, you're
he has
watching on a
a-
55-inch 4K TV. I'll bet that drawing looks like something else in 55-inch glory. Oh my
Has a
God.
+3 to hit.
Okay. I will roll this one for you guys so you can see it happening.
That's what I honestly, if you haven't tried that, I've been doing that a lot recently where I'll get on I'll find some way to get Twitch on a TV, whether it's via a console or if I just hook up
Chromecast
to my
now, right?
computer. Yeah, it's on
Chromecast,
Chromecast
yeah.
as well.
Yep.
And then you can just sit back with like a tablet or your phone, or it could be either one with R.
And then
sit down comfortably and use that for chat, and then just watch on the giant screen. It's
Yeah,
very,
it's pretty cool.
It's
And
very
also,
nice.
Any
Okay.
Mac can stream if you have Apple TV to any other television.
Oh, that's cool too. So,
Yeah.
all right, for this, and actually it just struck me that with my Android, with the mobile app, you could probably use the HDMI out of like a Galaxy Note to go to it. Anyway, let's get back to the game. So he runs at him and he swings and hits. What is his damage? Roll?
1d6 +2.
All right, let's roll that.
Oh, whammy
6.
bammy.
I have to add in the 2. I didn't do it correctly. 5. Okay. So he hits it as okay, so it hisses again.
Whole lot of hissing going on.
Yep, whole lot of hissing going on. All right.
And
That was
sizzling.
his move. And that brings us now up to the top again with Domdor.
I'm just gonna swing again.
Come on, dummy baby.
The
Come
one
on. Come on.
What's
here
up,
we
Tim?
go.
You can
There
dare
we
you,
go.
Joe.
23.
Snow.
Nice.
You like that?
23. Obviously.
That will definitely hit. Somehow it suddenly does not
Come
hit, miraculously. Oh,
And
it was holding on the 1 there for a minute.
7 damage.
All right, and that is the one that was up by you. Okay, so you've now got 2 that are damaged.
God damn it, Roy.
Dom, I'm coming to
swing
your
and a hiss.
aid.
Swing and a hiss. Nice, Royx. Well done. Swing and a hiss.
I'm fine either way.
All right, Domdor, you are going to. You have someone behind you poking you with a staff. So
Yeah, I know.
So are you moving forward to the room or staying where you are to
I'm
block?
staying where I am.
Okay. Stay behind me, lad. Okay.
Pretty much.
All right. So
Unless I
first
let
of
you
all-
into Moose Oil and he can clearly come over to you and say hello.
Yes.
Like that?
Okay, now they get to go. So this one, first of all, is going to, and it's actually going to move here, like this. And then it will.
Perfect.
All right, and 17, Domdor.
That hits. That hits.
All right. 17. Oh. Ow. So it does 14 points of necrotic damage again. And does 14 points of necrotic damage, and you need to make that Constitution saving throw I mentioned again.
Yep.
If you're still alive.
Well, he's a dwarf and he's a warrior, so yeah, but that's got to take a hit out of him, I would think. I mean, ow.
Come on. Yeah.
Wow. So once again, that feeling of whoop, but again, you resist whatever it is that's happening.
What's that feeling go like again?
Just rip a fart. Right?
That's exactly what it felt. It sounds like you ripped a fart, and that's what it was. Yes. Okay. So it does that. It's going to stay where it is. Now this one turns around to face the creature that was like and so he turns around to face him, so it does something odd actually. It turns around and for a moment it gets a look at Fing's shield, that golden apple shield.
Yeah.
And it looks at it and says, "Defiler."
Wow.
And then it attacks.